Okay, to log on, you have to do it through Rider Drive. The Rider Drive app is the red one. That's the one you want to use. You enter in your information. Okay, once you've hit the login button, it's going to take you to this screen. You then need to go into GeoTab. You can do it here by touching this arrow, or you can touch the hamburger menu and select GeoTab. I'm going to select no vehicle for right now just to get me in. Okay, here's my status. I'm going to go on duty. If for some reason you need to correct something, like let's say I went to go pick up my phone and I accidentally hit off duty, but I didn't want to do that, I can go right back to on and I can edit that. I can get rid of it by going here into this place. This shows me my graph for the day, and I go up here and I see this on duty, off duty, on duty. This is the one I want to correct. So when I touch it, there's a pencil. If there's a pencil, you can edit it. I'm just going to touch the pencil. If it will cooperate, select on duty, go to the bottom, put in training, because that's what I'm doing right now. But of course, if you hit it by mistake, just saying corrected mistake or something along those lines, something that explains why you're making the edit, hit save. When you do, it corrects it, puts it to where you're supposed to be, and then when you come back into your status, you're sitting exactly where you need to be. Now, there are times when you have to enter a log or add a log instead of changing something. So if I go into here and there was something from yesterday that I needed to fix, I could go into here, take a look at what I've got, and perhaps I stayed on duty all night long and I needed to change it to an off-duty status. I could go into my log and look here and see that I was on duty until 7:26 p.m. I've got to leave myself some time for a post trip, so I would want to enter in a log at perhaps 7:30 or 7:35. And I would then go in here, add a log. It would be off duty is what I wanted. I would come here and add it in. Remember that this is military time. So 7 becomes 19 because it's 12 plus the hour. And if I wanted it to be 35, I would change it here. Then I would hit done. Okay? When you're done with that, you would add an annotation and hit enter. Now this is an example and I don't want that on there on my log, so I'm not going to continue. But I'm just going to back out now, go back to today. That's how you edit a log or enter a new log. One other thing I want to cover is if you get pulled over by the DOT for an inspection, what you've got to do is put the device into inspection mode. You do that by either going to dashboard and selecting roadside check, or if you're here, you can go to the More tab and right underneath Assets, you can hit roadside check. Either way works. You can put in a PIN if you want to, but if you do, you have to remember that number to get back out. But right now, I'm going to say no PIN. Now, depending on what the officer wants from you is what you're going to do. Most of the time, they're just going to say, show me your device, which would just be this last button. All you have to do is touch it. It immediately puts it into the correct mode for the officer so that he can only look at the past 7 days. When it populates, I will show you. You've got in here all of your information, and then as you go down into here, it shows the log graph for that day and all the details of everything you've done. That officer is able to back up and look at the previous 7 days. As you can see, the date's changing. But once he gets back to day 7, it stops. That's all he can look at. It's all we're required to give him. That's all we want to give him. When he's done, he hands you back the device. You hit exit, and then you hit continue, and you're back to where you need to be. Now, let's say, for example, he tells you, I want you to email the logs. Process starts out the same. Start with roadside check, come in, but then you're going to have to ask him for a code. I believe it's a 6-digit code. You'll enter it in there, and then once it's entered in, you'll hit email. The device will take care of emailing it to him automatically. Or he may say, I want you to put it on web services. Same process. You put in his code and hit web transfer services or web services transfer, and that will get it to him. That's all you got to do. When you're done, he hands you back the device. You hit exit, continue, and you're good to go with the rest of your stuff. So to log out, you can only log out the same way you logged in. You cannot log out through here. Do not use this place. If you do, you will not log out properly. Do not log out here. It does not log you out properly. You've got to go back to Rider Drive, use this hamburger menu up here, select log out. If you don't log out this way and somebody moves the truck, it's going to assign the movements on the truck to you, and you don't want that. So you just agree to everything. It says off duty, verify and log out. Once you're here, to completely verify you are logged out properly, go back into Ride or Drive again and make sure you see this screen. That's it for today.